Hello and welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure Man-Wolf from Hasbro. So if you saw part one, we looked at the Spider-Man in this set and noted that this is a crossover between the trading card game Magic the Gathering and Spider-Man. And here we have the second in the 4 figures released in this wave, which is Man-Wolf, aka Colonel John Jameson. The figure comes in the Magic-themed Spider-Man packaging that we took a look at with the Spider-Man set. You get the artwork on the side, which is some really, really nice artwork, I will say that. And on the back, and then we get the cross-sell of the other figures in this line. So let's get this opened and take a look at the figure. I will say that the inclusion of Man-Wolf in this wave seems really, really odd in my opinion. The character doesn't appear in the cards, in the Spider-Man card set. The card that's included is a reprint / rename of a completely different Magic card that doesn't actually belong to the Universes Beyond set. So it seems like a very odd choice. I do wonder if perhaps there was supposed to be a Man-Wolf card in the original Spider-Man set and it was cancelled for some reason or the other. I don't know. So yeah, it does seem like a really weird choice to have this figure included. That said, pulling him out, he comes with a lot more accessories than I thought. We have a bunch of bunch of arrows here, along with a bow and a sword. So that's going to be pretty cool to take a look at. We get the promo card here. So that is our promo card. I will actually open this one and show you. So this card will have 2 sides to it as it transforms. So we get the Colonel John Jameson on the one side, and then it transforms into the Man-Wolf on the other side. We get essentially that artwork from the box there, which is really quite nice. It kind of looks a little odd against the background they've chosen for the figure, but it's not a bad looking card. Then we'll get our figure and the accessories as well. So let's take these out. So get a set of 4 arrows sort of bound together. You get a single arrow, which is done. So much like the others, these are done in a grey silver plastic, and then just the tail of the arrows is painted in a red. So you can see this one's clearly designed to fit into that bow with a notch there. These are not, and do appear to have a slightly different red paint job to the actual arrow. He comes with a bow, which is done primarily in a gold. I think it's a silver plastic with a gold paint over the top, which is quite nice. Red handle. It's all plastic, so it doesn't really stretch to encompass using that bow. So it doesn't fit over the edge. So that's a little disappointing. Comes with a sword, which I feel is a little short for the size of this figure. Would have been nicer to have had a bigger sword. We get a clawing hand and a fist, and then we have our figure. One thing I forgot to mention is the backdrop on this figure is different to the Spider-Man and has a moon or some sort of alien planet, and the background there. And here we have the Man-Wolf within. I like the head sculpt. That's a really cool looking head sculpt, and the jaw is articulated as well, which is a nice and unexpected touch. So we can get that open in a growl or closed as you want. You can see the eyes there, which look quite menacing. So the head sculpt is really quite nice. I like the gold paint they've used on the parts of the figure. Other than that, it's kind of just a generic Marvel Legends figure. It's the standard body we are familiar with. There's nothing special here. There's no butterfly joints. The arms have the same standard articulation you would expect. The body is on that older mold where we have the waist swivel, which isn't hidden particularly well with the belt. Some of these with belts have them hide that swivel quite well, but this doesn't, unfortunately. And then has the standard ab crunch. I much prefer the ball joint ab crunch, and then the or the ball joint torso and then the ab crunch, rather than this version. But it is what it is. Standard Marvel Legends legs. So if you saw the Spider-Man one, you know that the Spider-Man legs are on a slightly different peg to the others, and they actually drop and move, allowing for some wider poses. The Man-Wolf doesn't have that. It does have the calf swivel, double hinge at the knees, no boot cut, but the standard foot and articulation. He also has on him a quiver for his arrows and a slot for his sword, which are nice, thoughtful touches. The head is on that double ball joint at the neck and top, so you can get some real nice movements out of that head there if you want. Storing the weapons, you should be able to fit the sword in there. Looks like we need to bend these. So yeah, they need to get so you bend those in half to fit them, and then there they are, a nice tight snug fit. And this one should hopefully fit in as well, sort of. Yeah, we can get that fitting in as well as that one. You will grip the bow and arrow, or the bow, sorry. I'm not sure if we can get this over his head. I wonder if we move that, and then you can get that bow fitting over, but it's odd. It doesn't sit right, and you run the risk of bending that plastic there, so that's mindful. I would have preferred it being possible to actually have that over his shoulder, but again, it is what it is. It doesn't necessarily make or break this figure. Overall, the figure's reasonable. I like what they've done with the head sculpt. The additional accessories are a nice and unexpected touch. However, overall, there is nothing special about this figure in any real way at all. It's a standard mold with standard articulation. It stands out as being a really odd figure to include in a crossover wave, since there is actually no connection with this character figure and the cards which were released. I feel there were plenty of other characters in the Magic Spider-Man set which could have been included in the figure wave, but I guess it is what it is, which is a bit of a shame. So, however, this is, you know, it's nothing bad. It's just not spectacular in any real way either. There's no standout. It's, in my opinion, I feel it's going to be an instantly forgettable figure. But there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe. And remember, freedom is a right, not a privilege.